With great excitement in Dublin over the young team's battling display against Kilkenny in the Leinster final, this is an opportunity for the county to reach an All-Ireland hurling semi-final for the first time in 48 years. Limerick came back from defeat by Waterford. Do they have the experience to beat the newcomers?
Dublin's first ever quarter-final team shows 3 changes from the team that lost the Leinster final to Kilkenny. Former Limerick player Maurice O'Brien comes in for the injured Oisin Goff. Stephen Heine goes to corner back, with O'Brien listed at number 5. Other changes are made at wing forward, where Ross O'Carroll and Dave Sweeney both start. By comparison, Justin McCarthy feels the need to freshen up his Limerick side by making 3 alterations this week after the narrow win over Laois. Mark O'Riordan returns at left corner back. David Breen is picked on the 40 in place of Mike O'Brien, while Wayne McNamara starts just his 2nd championship match. It's at left half forward. Michael Wadding gets the match underway. It is Limerick playing from right to left, and Dublin straight away trying to launch their first attack here. Alan McCrabb fouled, and the free is going to be to Dublin. It's Alan McCrabb from Craobh Kieran who's going to hit this one inside his own 65-metre line. Big huge one in, goalkeeper fumbles, and it's in the back of the net. What a dream start for Dublin. We'll watch it again here. Watch the number 14 as it hops in there tantalisingly, and the youngster puts it into the back of the net. Into the middle of the field there, where it's fumbled by Paul Brown. Back once again by Michael Carton for Dublin. Into the corner here as far as David O'Callaghan. Dotsey setting up the opportunity there for Dave Sweeney, and that one has gone over the bar. Very, very good start by Dublin. It's knocked back by McCrabb, back in the middle of the park. This time it is Liam Ryan getting it under control, looking for a shot himself, and that looks brilliant. Really good shot by Liam Ryan, the O'Toole's player, first of the day, and it's 1-4 now to 2 points. Here's Johnny McCaffrey coming across here, running into traffic, belted away by Donal O'Grady, in there towards Paddy McNamara, doing well. Big Paddy McNamara kicking it into the back of the net, and Limerick's first goal comes in the 15th minute. A breakaway attack, and Paddy McNamara gets his first ever championship goal and makes it 1-5 to 1-3, and Tomas Brady beaten this time by the towering figure of Paddy McNamara. Only 2 between them. Michael Carton, very experienced player, going for a shot himself. If it's on target, it's brilliant, and it is on target, and Limerick are disputing it. Michael Carton putting it over the bar. Certainly Brian Murray was convinced it had drifted away to the left-hand side, calling on the umpire to have a rethink.
And Jared took them 2 or 3 seconds to make up their minds there. They looked at each other, there was no movement. So can we get it from this
Have
angle?
a look at it.
Look at the umpires there now, they couldn't make up their mind. Look wide to me from here.
Down it comes towards Donal O'Grady. Big one up, and once again the full forwards in, and this time saved by Gary Maguire.
Yeah, Jerry, you know, we're just saying it. Look at the room inside here again. Nobody back covering, and missed completely.
Breaks down here towards Johnny McCaffrey, but it's picked up instead there by Gavin O'Mahony. Lovely hand pass forward here for James Ryan. First touch not the greatest, but second touch looked superb and nicely over the bar. Nobody getting tight enough on James Ryan that time. It's a lovely little perceptive hand pass from Gavin O'Mahony into James Ryan. Second time of asking, over the bar. 1 point the margin once again. Once more it is Dave Sweeney. This time fortunate that it breaks towards Liam Rush, the 19-year-old trying to make inroads. Stopped there well by Seamus Hickey. Out again as far as Mark Foley. Back into the inside line where Limerick can make a lot of inroads, but this time it bounces back out towards Joey Boland. Clever little hand pass out again. And once more a relieving clearance out of defence, this time by Maurice O'Brien. Not a great clearance, comes straight to another Limerick man, Mark Foley. Inside once again, this time Brown Pretty good show. Brown still. And the referee blows his whistle, and it's a penalty. Paul Brown draws the penalty. And Limerick have a gilt-edged chance of tying up the game here in the 33rd minute. Can Brian Murray now put this in the back of the net? He hasn't been brought up to hit a point. 3 on the line for Dublin. 34 minutes are gone. It's in the back of the net. And the match is level. First ever championship goal for Brian Murray. This is what caused it.
Yeah, here's Paul Brown going through. I think Niall Corcoran tracking him well there. I just think he fell over. I don't think that's a penalty.
But there was nothing doubtful about the quality of the penalty itself. Brian Murray into the back of the net. Moving it across over to the far side beyond James Ryan. Back there helping out is Liam Rush. And Rush, the number 31, with a little hand pass outside. Nice movement. That's Stephen Heine coming in. Hit the shot off the goalkeeper's stick. He's in real difficulty and happy to see it go over the bar eventually. But it is Stephen Heine who will take the credit for that one, no doubt about it. Helped by Brian Murray, the Limerick goalkeeper. And that was a good score. Forward once again beyond Liam Rush. Batted down as far as Alan McCrabb. Swiftly forward into the path of Shane Durkin. Durkin trying to beat his man, who is Mark O'Riordan. Right on the sideline. Ross O'Carroll there, and that's gone over the bar. Great point.
Yeah, Gerard, ball down to Ross O'Carroll. Shows his great physical strength here, holding off Mark O'Riordan.
Huge one down. Tracy trying to reach it. That was O'Riordan coming across. He was caught by a Dublin stick. It comes back out to him again. He's on his feet very quickly, swiftly away. Feeling the effects of that, however. Broken down by Ollie Moran. Needing a support player. That support player is David Breen, the big strong man from the Piercing. Let's fly near the sideline. What a beauty. David Breen. Fabulous score. And the match tied up at 18 points apiece again. 1:15 for Dublin, 2:12 for Limerick. Again, it is Dublin who are trying to mount another attack. Liam Rush looking for Dotsy O'Callaghan. 2 Dublin players colliding. Comes back as far as Brian Geary and the Monoline man. Straight back down towards Rush. Went in there challenging for that. Won there by David Breen, the centre forward. Linking up there with James Ryan. He's got 3 points so far. It's a huge one, big one, accurate one, and it's over the bar. Great point by James Ryan. What a find he's been this year for Justin McCarthy's team. He's edged Limerick into the lead with 10 minutes still to play. It's won back again by Andrew O'Shaughnessy, down in midfield now. Only 2 men up front. One of them is Paudie O'Mahony. There alongside him, Tomas Brady. And he clears it, and he clears it out over the sideline. Inexplicably giving away possession to the opposition. A shake of the head by Anthony Daly. So we've got 3 minutes of the game still to be played as Gavin O'Mahony fires it in like a jet over the bar from the sideline. Well, he's hit a 65, and now that sideline, his 7th point. A superb contribution out of Limerick's tally of 23 points in all. They lead by 3. More changes being made, but right now it's Limerick who with their dander up and ready to make sure that they don't surrender their lead. Dublin made mistakes. Their first ever championship quarter-final. A young team being built by Anthony Daly. And that's another one, and that's another score. And now surely it's Limerick. 8 points for Gavin O'Mahony. What a tremendous contribution. It comes back down once again here. Lambert right across. Nobody able to get to it. It's Mark Foley who comes out with it. Donny Ryan's been introduced. It doesn't matter. Mark Foley clears it out, and Limerick beat Dublin. Justin McCarthy, in his first season as manager of Limerick, has worked the oracle once again. Limerick's old heads did enough to see them through, and they are in the semi-finals. The full-time score, it's Limerick 2 goals and 18 points, Dublin 1 goal and 17.
Waterford's second half comeback against Tipperary came up short, but has helped to restore morale and belief. John Mullane is in flying form, and what looked unthinkable last September, Waterford getting back into the big time, is taking shape. Galway, however, have momentum and are at last looking like they might fulfil their potential as All-Ireland contenders.
It's interesting to see that Waterford and Galway have met 8 times in the past, and Galway have never won. This is the Waterford team that's been named, but don't be surprised if there's a whole load of positional switches. There is definitely one change in personnel to the selection that started in the Munster final against Tipperary. Dunhill's Shane Casey makes his championship debut at top of the left, and thus joins 2 great warriors from the Déisi County, John Mullane and Owen Kelly in the full forward line. 36-year-old Tony Brown is still producing the goods at right half back, beside Michael Brick Walsh and Aidan Carney, who's named at number 7. The team captain is left half forward Stephen Malumphey. Right through the summer of 09, you get the feeling this Galway team are finally taking shape. The tribesmen, however, have a new full back today in Eugene McEntee, who incredibly is only making his first championship start for his county at 30 years of age. John Lee has been very impressive at 6, while Ger Farrer and Kevin Hines have developed a good understanding at centre field. Up front, of course, Joe Canning is the main man, with considerable assistance from Niall Healy in the scoring stakes. Between them, they've scored the staggering total of 8 goals and 45 points in just 4 championship matches. It's Malumphey that's coming away with it. Hand passes it into space. Here's John Mullane. Ollie Canning shoulders him over the sideline. Owen Kelly will be, I'm sure, anticipating that his first cousin will join him on the field of play. And that, of course, is Dan Shanahan. Owen Kelly looks at the target, and the white flag is raised. Brian Cody is in the attendance, along with his wife, former Wexford Camogie star. Slight breeze favouring Galway in this opening half. Here's Ger Farrer. Can't control it. Comes down for his Jamie Nagle, who is definitely playing in midfield. Batted down by Eugene McEntee. Sent forward all the way as far as Clinton Hennessy. Has the time to gather. Good ball out to the wing, but it carried a little bit too much pace. Picked up instead by Angus Callanan. Has scored consistently in this championship campaign. 8 points in 4 games. That's his first in a quarter-final.
And that's a great score, Marty. Angus Callanan got man of the match here against Cork last week, and great score to start. And I think the mobility of him and Andy Smith already causing problems for the Waterford half-back line.
And once again, it's Kevin Moore flicking inside to Malumphey. Not a great pass. Prendergast is there, but Ger Farrer is back there helping his half-back line. Dropping it in towards Big Joe. There's the big hand. Joe cutting inside. They can play football in Portumna. I didn't know it. It's over the bar. His first from play, his 3rd in the game. It's quite a good puck out by Clinton Hennessy. This is Angus Callanan from the Lean Mellows Club in Galway City. Floating this one in. It's looking good.
Yeah, great score again, and I think it was broken down to Callanan very, very sharp onto the ball, and you can see the wind behind, and you just get that a small flick from 80-90 metres, and the rain coming down heavy now as well, Mark.
Kevin Moore in towards Mullane. Got a touch, but didn't quite control it. Under the conditions, quite difficult. Looking around at options. Owen Kelly wanted in around the square. Here comes Prendergast through the centre. Takes the opportunity to register another point for Waterford.
Martin, a great score there from Waterford. Brilliant ball by Kevin Moore into the corner, and John Mullane showed us more than one strand to his game and had a look up, and good run by Seamus Prendergast over the bar. Lovely score.
Fergal Moore. I have to say I'm a fan of Fergal Moore's, and it comes for Andy Smith trying to cut inside. His passage is blocked to the left, but he takes it on the right. Scored 4 points in the championship campaign, including 2 against Cork. Not bad for a man in his first championship season. Joe Kelly. Point. Waterford feel that the ball was wide and they're all protesting.
It was wide, I think, maybe wide off the post, wasn't it? Outside the post.
Here comes Farah, laid on by Cyril Donlan, and that is over the bar.
That's a great score, Marty. Beautiful. John Lee travelled maybe 40-50 yards to win the ball, and then a lovely little flick from Cyril Donlan. Just watch it there, just left it in Gerard Farrer's path, and a super score on the run.
Terrible pass from Tony Brown. Comes in past Adrian Angus Callanan, and that's out for a 65. A most unusual error and poor judgment by Tony Brown. He was anticipating just to hand it back. Farah's Aidan Carney. That's a very good save by the Waterford keeper. Great catch by Seamus Prendergast. Flicks it outside to Owen Kerry, and that is wide. And that looked like it was over the bar, and Owen Kelly is furious. Can't quite judge it from there, but some decisions rather debatable in this opening half. Waterford now playing with the breeze in the second half, and they're 4 points down. Not of this scrappy sort of play evident in the first half. Continuing on in the second half. Here's John Milan. Maybe he can make a difference. Getting inside the cover furthermore. Still Milan. Go for the goal. Stopped by Colin Callanan. Now clearly established as the #1 keeper in County Galway. Cyril Donlan. Under a little bit of pressure. And Brick Walsh. Good hands again. Onto the favourite left-hand side. And Damien Hayes gets his second point.
It was a good score. He took plenty of steps though. He maybe could have been pulled.
Batted down by John Lee. Farah's Ger Farah. The best piece of action we've seen. It's Farah's second point in this All-Ireland quarter-final. But good thinking by John Lee.
It was very, very simple. And that's 2 points for Gerard Farrer, and both of them have been probably the 2 best points of the game, and John Lee involved in both incidents.
Stephen Malumphey, chased by his opposite number 12, Andy Smith. Still Malumphey. Owen Kelly needs to get more involved, and that's his first point from play. And it's his 10th overall. And Waterford supporters have finally got something to cheer about. Chasing after this, Kevin Hayes. So too Angus Callanan. Slither in hand. Lays it off. Farrell's Damien Hayes. Good work by the Portumna star. And Hayes takes his point.
Yeah, Damien Hayes is, 3 points the last 3 again today, but he's much more confident looking out there today, and great movement again from Callanan and Hayes.
Scored 3 against Cork, 3 against Waterford. Dan Shannon is on the field of play. Hurler of the Year, 2007. Fergal Moore. Very impressive right throughout this quarter-final. Owen Kelly intercepts the pass. Drops this one in. Waterford need to win it. Down the man. And it was very close.
Brilliant catch. Nearly hit it too well, and well wide in the end.
Well picked up by Aidan Carney. He's going for distance. He's dropping it in towards Dan Shanahan. Needs to win it again, and he has it again. Getting inside the cover. Surely that's a free. Referee says no. The ball is pulled on, and Waterford are back in the quarter-final. Created by Dan Shanahan and finished by Shane Walsh. Super sub. has produced the goods. In fact, two of them. Shanahan to Walsh, and he cracked it past Colm Callanan. 1 point between the teams. John McIntyre's team under severe pressure. Dan the man knocks it back past John Moran, but Dan Shanahan was being held in the eyes of the referee, and there's a free in for Waterford. Davy Fitz can barely look.
Some decisions may be gone against both sides today, but I'm not sure that was a free. It looked to be a bit of 6 of one, half dozen the other, but Waterford won't complain.
Waterford trying to level the match for the 4th time. Owen Kelly trots away, knowing that is over the bar, and Owen Kelly has scored 12 times in this game. Big question. If Waterford win, it's Waterford against Kilkenny. Limerick will play Tipperary. If Galway win, it's Galway against Tipperary. Limerick will face Kilkenny. Is there a winner in playing time? There is extra time if the sides end level. Here's Milan. He's going for it. Incredible. John Milan.
Yeah, what a time to score his first point of the game.
The tension palpable here in Semple Stadium. All-Ireland semi-final at stake. 71 minutes, 44 seconds. Canning, is he the man? The ball is going wide. Are Galway out of the championship? Are Waterford in the All-Ireland semi-final?
I think it's all over.
The referee blows the full-time whistle. Galway are out of the championship. Davy Fitz guided Waterford to the All-Ireland final last year, the Munster final this year, and he's back in the semi-final again. Heartbreak for Galway. They beat Clare, they beat Cork. They seem to be the team on form, but they will be devastated after this performance, because here in Semple Stadium, a dramatic finish. It's Waterford 1 goal and 16 points. Galway 18 points.
The pairing that everyone has been waiting for since they both contested the league final in May, but this is their first All-Ireland meeting in 18 years. A long-standing and at times in the past poisonous rivalry means there is no county in the country against whom Kilkenny would rather win a 4th successive All-Ireland, and no county that would take greater pleasure in denying them. It couldn't be poised better, and it doesn't disappoint.
Kilkenny surprised some when they announced their team on Friday night. Derek Ling has been recalled to midfield and Richie Hogan given a first All-Ireland final start at wing forward. All of which means demotion for Cha Fitzpatrick and Martin Comerford. Joining them on the bench is Noel Hickey as the Cats opt for JJ Delaney at full-back and John Tennyson at wing half. The side is captained by Henry Shefflin, who like 3 other squad members is bidding for his 7th All-Ireland medal. However, it's the same again for Tipperary, with 3 of today's starters playing in a 2nd All-Ireland final. Goalkeeper Brendan Cummins starred in 2001 against Galway, as did Owen Kelly and Lar Corbett. And while Cummins is the oldest playing in this final at 34, the youngest is 18-year-old Noel McGrath, picked at right corner forward. Tipperary have a couple of 20-year-olds among the backs, Pádraig Maher at number 3 and the unrelated Brendan Maher at left half-back. It's the final most people have wanted to see for the past couple of years. Tip have certainly longed for it, and now Kilkenny have the chance to complete their absolute domination. Lar Corbett has gone to left half forward as the All-Ireland final gets underway, and it is Kilkenny from left to right. Whatever light breeze there is in the first half is backing Kilkenny. Straight away the pressure here on Jackie Turrell, but he gets in a very good clearance, a huge one down. Pressure immediately on the Tipperary full-back line, a little fumble back there, but they managed to get that ball, Paul Curran in particular, and that's going to be a free out for Tipperary. Nervous, anxious seconds in the opening moments of this All-Ireland final. Nice ball in there towards Henry Shefflin, looking for the opening score of the match, trying to set something up for his other forwards. Out there came Richie Hogan, couldn't quite get it up, and there was a chop down on this occasion, which is penalised by the referee. Very demonstrative in the way in which he made the call that time, Diarmuid Kirwan. And a chance for Kilkenny then to get their first point of the match, just to ease themselves into this game. perhaps reinforce the fact that they are playing in a huge game, as Henry Shefflin puts that one over the bar. Such a good free taker, but that was a relatively easy one to start with. Diagonal ball across here, the one that caused problems, and it's going to cause problems again. What a very good save by Brendan Cummins. It was there for Henry Shefflin to take, and the goalkeeper got down to deny the Ballyhale Shamrocks player.
Watch what he did. He stayed on his feet. He didn't panic when Shefflin got through. He stayed on his feet to the last minute and went down and made a good save off his left side.
Back in the centre here is James Woodlock. Driving it down, Kavanagh under pressure there with Noel McGrath. In comes Lar Corbett. Lar 45 metres out, hits the shot and he puts it over the bar. First of the day for Lar Corbett. It's Eddie Brennan having a go. It's going to drop short into the arms there of Brendan Cummins. Cummins getting away from Aidan Fogarty to his centre half back, who's Conor O'Mahony. Henry Shefflin's after him, trying to hook him, does well. Into the middle of the park, stopped there by Michael Rice. On as far as Owen Larkin. Larkin has a go and Larkin puts it over the bar.
And you see again, Joe, what Henry Shefflin brings to the team. That's what separates him from all the players. The work rate and his hunger is unbelievable. He ran 50 yards there to hook Conor O'Mahony and Owen Larkin an easy score.
Pressure on Tipperary's backline once more. Richie Power trying to impress. Out comes Brendan Maher once again. And certainly the questions you might ask beforehand about the two Mahers at the back, they've been answered, the questions, because they've done well. Out as far as Lar Corbett. Lar Corbett's got one already, and Lar Corbett's got a second. Great point. Wonderful score by Lar, and the teams are level once again, level for the third time. John O'Brien under it with Henry Shefflin of Kilkenny, who did enough on it to get it back to Michael Rice, who provides the ball inside. This time it's Richie Power trying to pick it up. There too is Aidan Fogarty, the corner forward. Tipped there in numbers with Pádraig Maher, and helped out here by Declan Fanning in the green helmet. Gets it away towards Lar Corbett. Lar chasing after this one, taking it down that wing. They're all after him. Richie Power's after him. Can't get to him. Lar strikes, and Lar hits an absolute beauty. A third for Lar Corbett. 3 shots at the target, 3 points, and Tipperary lead the match by 2. It's Tipperary 10, Kilkenny 8. Lar Corbett, they were saying beforehand, is he in form? Will he deliver? He certainly delivered a wonderful first half. Tipperary have done well in this first half. They have battled hard with Kilkenny, the champions of the last 3 years. But the champions have so much class, so much skill all over the park, and they've got Larkin now to try and break through the half-back line. Out towards Eddie Brennan it comes. Brennan going for the target, and Brennan puts it straight between the sticks. It's 3 for Eddie Brennan. It's 10 for Kilkenny. 10 points apiece. Close to half-time. This time it's Pat Kerwick who gets there, does well, but then it came out to Woodlock who couldn't take it. Michael Kavanagh could. Eddie Brennan struggling to contain it, back towards Woodlock once more. Woodlock going through. Out there as far as Owen Kelly, under pressure. What a shot! What a point! What a player! 8 points for Owen Kelly. Richie Hogan in there, didn't quite handle it, but it comes instead to Richie Power, who's immediately behind him and anticipating. Declan Fanning now chasing after it. Power's after it again. Hasn't scored so far. He'd love a point. And that's beautifully put over the bar. Richie Power's first. He's injured his hand as well, bravely carrying it through there. Only 23 years of age. Well, he's a young player who'd only just started primary school when these counties met in the last final. His dad was playing in that. Kicked forward by Shane McGrath. In there towards Noel McGrath. They'll be hoping to get more from him or from Kerwick. Here's Kerwick's got a lot of pace. Cleverly playing it inside to Calnan. Goal chance!
Oh, save, a brilliant save.
What a save! An amazing stop by PJ Ryan. Top drawer. Seamus Calnan had the goal at his mercy. Worth looking at again. It was a clever ball in by Pat Kerwick into Callanan. Should have scored, but for the intervention of the marvellous PJ Ryan. 5.5 minutes into the second half. Paddy Stapleton back there. They're still trailing. Out by Conor O'Mahony. Poor ball. Dropped there by Tommy Welsh, who was absolutely word and foot perfect in the first half. This time support coming from John Tennyson. Oh, they've given it away again. And an opportunity for Tipperary to put it over the bar. 2 in a row for Seamus Callanan. The drum and inch player really comes alive in the second half. Well, that time it was gifted to him anyway, but his shooting was unerring. Good ball as far as Callanan, fumbling, holding on to it, however. Again, support arriving here. That time, Shane McGrath over his left shoulder, hitting, hoping, watching it drop over the bar. Shane McGrath from midfield gets his first, and it's Tipperary who are back in front in the All-Ireland final once again. Over the head of Noel McGrath. Coming to take it, here is Larkhor with 3 points in the first half. Back in again! That's wide, it was a glorious chance. Owen Kelly.
And we saved again, Ger. But really, Owen Kelly, normally 9 times out of 10, that's in the back of the net. And really, Tipperary are leaving Kilkenny in this game now. They should have 2 goals scored. Brilliant pass by Corbett. And Owen had more time. I think he had more time than he thought.
It really was a superb save. Absolutely brilliant. Quite amazing that we haven't had any goals in this final so far. Owen Kelly's come out to take it. So now, has he the range? Has he got the direction? Has he the accuracy? The answer to all 3 questions, yes. 9 for Kelly, 15 for Tip. They lead by 1. Marvellous All-Ireland hurling final. We're in the 17th minute of the second half. Larkhor from a huge distance. He can do little wrong this afternoon. He's on a roving commission way out the field. 3 points in the first half. Make it now 4. And it's 17 points to 15. 4 shots. 4 points from Lark. Through the middle, the puck out comes. Picked up here in the centre by the racing Eddie Brennan. 3 points in the first half was his tally. Needs assistance. Into the centre here to Michael Fennelly. Fennelly striking from 45 metres out and wanting to lay down a marker immediately. Good score. That's 1 back.
Yeah, that was great play by Eddie Brennan, but you notice he was covered by the 3 Tipperary players, and Shane McGrath's pace came into play there, and he had to play it back outside. He did very well.
Martin Comerford will be coming in, it seems, very shortly. A short puck out of hit here as far as Brendan Maher. From left half back, it's cut out across over there and delivered back down into the danger area towards TJ Reid. Well, can he exert the same kind of influence? You might remember back to 2007, by the way. Richie Park came on as a sub then as well. He also got 4 points in that final. The line ball to be taken by Brendan Maher from Borrisoleigh. Catches it really well. It flies through the air into the half forward. That was a wild swipe there. And the referee is going to take action against Benny Dunn, I think. Benny, very definitely the guilty party.
The greatest of credit to Tommy Walsh. He's straight back up on his feet. I think a lot of other players would have stayed down, but it's still a red card, John.
It's a red card. Tipperary lose their substitute, Benny Dunn. Henry Shefflin hitting this one from the free and putting it over the bar. It's a magnificent shot by Henry Shefflin from such a huge distance. 7 points for Shefflin. Watch this again.
Pulled straight across. Oh, very dangerous. Straight into the face. I think Tommy Walsh just showed, if anyone wanted the toughness that we just got. He went down, got straight back up on his feet, didn't in any way try to get the player sent off, but he had to go for that.
That's back out as far as Brendan Maher from the puck out. Now Tipperary really have it all to do, and it's going to be a free in. That time Owen Kelly fouled. Free in for Owen Kelly, a chance for him to get his 11th point in this final. Owen Kelly to strike this.
He's going to go for the goal, I think.
Okay, Mystic Meg Duignan's at it again. It's slightly at an angle. It's not absolutely central. It's saved. And once again, PJ Ryan makes a magnificent stop. Okay, he had support behind him and he went for it, but it was a good save. 3 saves in the second half now by PJ Ryan. First class, each one of them. And it remains at 17 points apiece. So, from the 65, centrally positioned, straight over. It's Tipperary 18, It's Kilkenny 17. PJ Ryan ready to take this, the 32-year-old goalkeeper. Oh, a slip by Conor O'Mahony. Here's an opportunity. Fed inside there, in for power, trying to get away from the attentions of a couple of players, one of them Paul Curran, and it's a penalty. And they go out straight away to remonstrate with referee Diarmuid Kerwin. That was interesting. Where did that happen?
Here's coming for through now. Passed the ball a little bit early, I thought. This Power was held up there. Not a whole lot wrong with that. Hurling over the neck.
Oh, he just about made the large square eventually.
Yeah, but you'd even doubt was it a free, you know.
Well, it is a penalty, and it's Henry Shefflin who's going to take it. There are 3 on the goal line. Pádraig Maher, Brendan Commons is there as well, and also Conor O'Mahony. Commons is ready. Shefflin is as well. He's got 8 points so far. They need it. It's in the back of the net. Henry Shefflin cracks in his 22nd ever championship goal, and it's 119 to 21 points. 22-21, the goal coming in the 63rd minute.
Yeah, an absolute rocket from Shefflin. Straight over the head of Pádraig Maher, and no, there's no saving in that.
It'll be a big talking point, however, the award of the penalty. Now, will that energise Kilkenny, who were giving second best, but were never prepared to give way completely to Tipperary? Back come the team looking for 4 in a row. Back comes Owen Larkin. 1 point so far. In for Waterford. It's in the back of the net. 2 in a row. The game has turned around, and the substitute Martin Comerford scores in the 64th minute. It's 2 goals, 1 from a penalty, 1 from play in the space of 60 seconds, and it has turned around the 2009 All-Ireland Hurling Final. And Kilkenny feel they're on their way to victory. Dropped there by Declan Fanning, collected here by Owen Larkin. We're into stoppage time. 1 minute and 40 seconds still to be played. Larkin dancing away from the challenge of Paddy Stapleton and driving it over the bar. 2 for Owen Larkin in this final. Another for Kilkenny. They stretch the lead to 4 points. It's 2-21 to 23 points. And we're in the 71st minute.
Another brilliant score by Larkin, you know, at this stage of the game to have that type of pace and power. Unbelievable.
This time it's John Tennyson, another man with a red helmet on the half-back line, getting it out there as far as TJ Reid. Huge one back down towards Eddie Brennan. Batted out there by Pádraig Maher, the full-back for Tipperary, has played his heart out. Looks to be tiring, however. This time it's collected by Richie Power, and Kilkenny have time. They have the lead. They have the ball as well to Owen Larkin, and they have a point, and Larkin's got a third. And surely now, that's a winning score. Surely now, the champions of the last 3 years are not going to be denied by a late goal by Tipperary. Tip will believe there is still some hope if they can get a goal. But they need more than a goal at this stage. They're behind by 5 points. They need 2. They have possession. Pádraig Maher. The 2 minutes have almost now been played by match referee Diarmuid Kerwin. That bounces back out here again towards McGrath. Comes back once again, and it's collected by Tommy Welsh. Tommy Welsh has the ball. Kilkenny have the trophy. It's Kilkenny who are the All-Ireland champions for 2009. They are the first team to do 4 in a row since the 1940s. They've come from a position where they look to be a losing team at the early stages of the second half. But Brian Cody's team had character. They had key players in key areas. They had leaders all over the field. They've shown us what marvellous hurlers they are. Tipperary, to give them their due, gave it everything they had. I've no doubt in my mind there's an All-Ireland in this Tipperary team. The tears are falling from young eyes at this stage, Tipperary eyes. But Tipperary can be proud because they put it up to the Cats this afternoon, and we had a memorable final at Croke Park. GAA President Christy Cooney then handing over the Liam McCarthy Cup, and it's to Michael Fennelly and Kilkenny, the champions once again. It's the 4 in a row.
It gives me great honour and privilege to lift the Liam McCarthy Cup for a 4th year in a row on behalf of this superb and most talented Kilkenny team and management. I'd like to thank Tipperary. I know, lads, you'll be disappointed, but the last 2 years, lads, have been supreme for yourselves. Lads, I've no doubt, over the next 5 years, you'll be the top contenders for this Liam McCarthy Cup. We done that 3 in a row in 2008.
The final score is Kilkenny 2 goals and 22 points. Tipperary 23 points.
What a final, and Kilkenny have now joined the great Cork team of the 1940s to claim the much coveted 4 in a row, and in the GAA's 125th year, a Kilkenny win seems appropriate. There seems no stopping Brian Cody and his men, but in 2010, expect Cork to be better organised, Tipperary more experienced, and counties like Dublin, Waterford, Clare, Wexford and Galway waiting in the wings. Can the Cats do the impossible and go for 5 in a row? See you back here in Croke Park, September 2010 to find out.
Here is Shane Murphy. Lays it off for his Cadigan. Mark Corbett getting it inside. There's a chance here for Tipperary! Wonderful goal. This is a ball that should have been cleared. But when the ball came in to Callanan, there was no stopping it. Not even the great Donald.
Back up towards Canning again. Off he goes. Really dangerous. What a shot! It's the perfect start. A goal and 2 points for Joe Canning, and not even 5 minutes gone. Terrific score, wonderful skill, he's got marvellous pace, and there was nothing JJ Delaney could do about it. 1-2 to a point. Michael Rice ready to knock it forward again beyond Richie Power. One to run after. Shane Cabinet to try and get goal side and get tight of him. Great run. Power looking for more. Isolating Eddie Brennan. Corner of the net. In 2 minutes, they turn it around completely. And Eddie Brennan, the goal king, in the 30th minute, gets his first score in this match and scores his 23rd goal ever in Championship Hurling. The pass by Power and a brilliant finish by Fast Eddie. Superb. 2-6 to 1-7. Here's Johnny McCaffrey coming across here. Running into traffic, belted away by Donald O'Grady, in there towards Paddy McNamara, doing well. Big Paddy McNamara, kicking it into the back of the net. And Limerick's first goal comes in the 15th minute. A breakaway attack, and Paddy McNamara gets his first ever championship goal and makes it 1-5 to 1-3. And Tomas Brady beaten this time by the towering figure of Paddy McNamara. Only 2 between them.
Well picked up by Aidan Kyle. He's going for distance. He's dropping it in towards Dan Shanahan. Needs to win it again, and he has it again. Getting inside the cover. Surely that's a free. Referee says no. The ball is pulled on, and Waterford are back in the quarter-final. Created by Dan Shanahan and finished by Shane Walsh. Super Sub has produced the goods. In fact, 2 of them. Shanahan to Walsh, and he cracked it past Colm Callanan. 1 point between the teams.
And Kilkenny launch another attack. That's an overhit hand pass here, however. And McElbrick Walsh, solid as you like, inside towards Kevin Moran. Scored 2 points against Galway. Did well, doing well here. Has a support player. That support player is Shane Walsh. Back of the net! 2 goals in 2 games for Shane Walsh. 5 minutes are gone. That's the tonic Waterford were looking for. And credit Kevin Moran, cutting right through the heart of that Kilkenny defence. Great finish by Shane Walsh.
Yeah, Gerard, and that's where Kilkenny can be exposed when you run at them. Kevin Moran showed great pace there, and he's really making a name for himself as a wing forward.
There'll be still 7 minutes left to play. Perhaps another 2 onto that. He's dropping it in. He's scored! It's gone all the way to the back of the net. As in the All-Ireland final, he's got a goal and 9. 4 points the margin. 2:21 for Kilkenny. 3:14 for Waterford. They're not finished yet. Bit by bit, Waterford have kept on plugging away.
Great catch by Noel McGrath. Gives it inside. Lara Corbett's first score. Brilliant goal. We had to wait for 56 minutes for Corbett to score, but it's a thing of beauty. Set up by Noel McGrath. It's 1 against 1 here, and Murray had no chance.
Yeah, great to see it from up here, Marty, because the minute Noel McGrath caught it, Corbett made a run and gave him a little nod. He knew where he wanted it and struck it beautifully into the corner, and that takes all the momentum away from Limerick now.
Ball gone inside to Seamus Callanan. More trouble for Limerick. There's a chance here. Here's Lara Corbett. Here's the hat-trick. 3 goals and a point. Thank you very much, says Lara. This is becoming embarrassing for Limerick. Joyful for Tipperary. But look at the stick work, look at the understanding, and look at the finish.
Now will that energise Kilkenny, who were giving second best but were never prepared to give way completely to Tipperary. Back come the team looking for 4 in a row. Back comes Owen Larkin. 1 point so far. In for Comerford. It's in the back of the net. 2 in a row. The game has turned around and the substitute Martin Comerford scores in the 64th minute. It's 2 goals, 1 from a penalty, 1 from play in the space of 60 seconds, and it has turned around the 2009 All-Ireland Hurling Final.
The most fabled of football pairings, this latest instalment of the Dublin-Kerry rivalry is unusual in that the Dubs are favourites. This probably reflects more on Kerry's uncertain form, but the Leinster champions showed plenty of grit in winning their province with only 14 men. Can they prove they have turned the corner against a team that traditionally comes alive in Croke Park?
Diarmuid Connolly. Loose ball forward, picked up for Kerry by Tommy Griffin. Here's Donncha Walsh. Free to Kerry. They have spluttered through the summer. Could easily have been beaten and should have been beaten by Sligo. Struggled for long periods against Antrim, but this man has been the key. Paul Galvin. Darragh O'Shea has been prominent as well. That goes away from O'Sullivan, who's been marked by Dennis Bastick. Goal chance here for Kerry. It's the Gooch, and it's a goal. The first goal that Dublin have conceded in this year's championship.
Well, is this what's going to set up the classic that we're all hoping for? Great work inside, and look, the Gooch isn't going to miss from there, no matter what his form is like. He loves this ground. The overlap is perfect, and the finish is grand. There's the link, Dara. Lovely work. Tuxton puts a lot of pressure, but the Gooch can handle it.
Mike McCarthy involved in the build-up to that, very involved with the pass that put the Gooch through, who had scored 5 points from play in his matches so far this summer. Well, a goal already, and it is just the start that Kerry wanted. The wind not a huge factor. If anything, it's probably helping Dublin a bit in this first half. Scanlon chasing this down with McConnell and Cullen, and a free for a push in the back. Paul Galvin wants to get onto it straight away and does. Declan O'Sullivan, that's Paul Flynn with him. O'Sullivan, what a start this is from Kerry. Write them off at your peril. We knew there'd be a kick. There've been 2 of them, and they've got a goal and a point.
This is a serious start, Dara. This is going to put it up to Dublin.
A bit like Mickey Hart. He's a very cool and calm presence down on the line for Dublin, Pat Gilroy, but Jack O'Connor looking very calm, as he was before the throw-in. Donncha Walsh off to Darren O'Sullivan, the captain, just tailing, and he's got it. This is some opening from Kerry. Great injection of pace, gliding away from McConnell. Tom O'Sullivan was fullback a few seconds ago, and O'Sullivan's still going. They can't get near. Tom O'Sullivan for Kerry. That's a brilliant point. This is total football. They're all at it. 1-3 to a point. 12 minutes it's been all Kerry.
Well, it's been a while since Tom O'Sullivan has been in this sort of territory. Beautiful skill, lovely balance, and there's a corner back, Darragh flicking it over with such skill. Great score.
But that light blue jersey, as it is this year, brings out the best in the green and gold of Kerry, and we're seeing it so far. There have been so few indications all year that they were capable of this sort of football. Darren O'Sullivan, Donncha Walsh. Have they timed it again perfectly, Kerry? Killian Young, Seamus Scanlon, just throwing it around with great confidence. Tommy Walsh in after it, and Walsh has got it. Another goal chance. He's claiming he was fouled. The referee not interested. Darren O'Sullivan wins it back, and Dublin can't clear their own lines. They're all over the place. Donncha Walsh there as Colin Cooper turns around. Beautiful ball in. Darren O'Sullivan on that trusty left boot. Waits for more support. He's Cooper there with him again. Two defenders beaten by Cooper. He's playing with that joy again that they said was missing. Here's Walsh, and Walsh is fouled. Point chance coming up, but there was a goal chance earlier for Tommy Walsh.
The penalty will be, or the penalty shout will be interesting. Maybe not. Was Bastic holding his boot? I'm not so sure. But there's massive pressure going on in there. There's going to be a tap over.
Kieran Whelan is warming up for Dublin already. We're in the 15th minute. The tracksuit top is gone, and Kieran Whelan is going to come in to try and put right some of the problems that Kerry have highlighted with this Dublin team. Colin Cooper
going to take this with
getting
the right
ready
foot.
to take the free with the right boot into Hill 16. He doesn't hear the noise.
Well, you got to say it is that ballsy. He's a kid dog by nature, obviously, and right foot into the hill. And here's Whelan.
Well, we met him before the throw-in. His wife Fiona watching in Holles Street after the birth of a baby daughter, Tiana, the other day. So it's been a busy few days for Kieran Whelan. 1-5 to a point, a 7-point deficit after 15 minutes, and this team, which had been free scoring all the way through the Leinster Championship, have come unstuck here, but a long way to go. Darren McGee gone off, Kieran Whelan on already, and Whelan catches the first one from Cluxton. That's better already. Here's Diarmuid Connolly. It's a test of character for Dublin. They knew it'd be tough, and Connolly still going. Oh! The crossbar denies them again for the second time in 15 minutes. First it was Murphy who got a touch on it to deny Brogan. That one sailed over the goalkeeper's head. Didn't go in. Mark O'Shea. This seems to me like a very united team. Pat Burke is getting ready to come in for Dublin from Kilmacud Crokes. Kerry with a free. They go back to Killian Young. Alan Brogan not able to get near him. He's very quick, Killian Young. Now it's Darren O'Sullivan, the captain. It's so easy for Kerry. They are tearing Dublin to shreds. Declan O'Sullivan has taken up a great position far side. Griffin a couple of yards away from him. They're letting the forwards get the ball and trying to take it back, which is impossible with these guys in this sort of form. O'Sullivan with another point. This is glorious football from Kerry. Who says these guys are tired? 6 All-Ireland finals in a row is what they're after, and they are cruising. Keane, O'Sullivan. Dublin are making another change. Pat Gilroy performing major surgery on his team as we head to half-time. Here's Alan Brogan. Do they start thinking about goals already? They've only 1 point so far. Now they've got 2. Gives them something to cling on to. 2 points in 28 minutes almost. The goal after 38 seconds set the tone for what has followed. It's a long way back. 11 points. Keane O'Sullivan is bursting forward. Has Bernard Brogan seen him? O'Sullivan needed that earlier. Brogan had the head down. trying to beat Kerry on his own, Bernard Brogan. Well, that has worked on that occasion. It seemed the chance had gone. So it's 2 in a row for Dublin. So listen to the reaction of the Kerry crowd. Even their own faithful and their own fans were doubting whether this team had this sort of performance in them. The Dublin supporters and their players absolutely stunned, because Kerry have torn them to pieces. It's half-time. Kerry 1-14, Dublin 3 points. Dublin are so brittle. Paul O'Connor's going to come in for Kerry. Walsh will go off. Here they come again. And a good save from Cluxton to deny Declan O'Sullivan. Mark O'Shea. Ty Kennelly. Type of ball that Cooper loves. It's brilliant, and he's got away from Andrews. Cooper with the fist. Cooper's been caught late. Some heavy hits going on, 1 or 2 of them. A touch on the late side, shall we say. Ty Kennelly. Paul Galvin. Huge gap between midfield and the full forward line. Tomas O'Shea. Oh, Kennelly's waiting. Cluxton in after it. Kennelly went for good goalkeeping, but it still goes for Cooper. He's back in. Kennelly, they're trying to walk it in. Galvin forced wide, but they'll be happy with the point. They are delirious with the point. Kerry, it's just too easy. Burke. Tom O'Sullivan. Some Dublin fans around Croke Park starting to leave the ground. I'm sure a few were tempted to do it at half-time, but most have stayed behind. Tomas O'Shea for Darragh O'Shea with Kieran Whelan. Paul O'Connor. Declan O'Sullivan, the marking hasn't been there all day, and Declan O'Sullivan, it is target practice for Kerry. That's a gorgeous point. 16-point deficit. Kerry beat Dublin in 1978 by 17 points. Bombers final, it became known. Aidan O'Mahony is going to come in. Here's Conal Keaney, and Dublin have a goal. Keaney's first goal of Championship 2009. Is there some life left in them yet? They're going to need a few more. There seemed to be a clear foul there by Tom O'Sullivan on Bernard Brogan. The goal stands. 13 points down.
It's a good finish. Low, hard. Jeremy Murphy has no chance. There's the offload. Once that comes from Brogan, Keaney is in and he sticks it. It's a great finish.
A hit and hope from Burke in there towards Brogan. He's got it. Brogan shoots, blocked down. Another opportunity. Here's Alan Brogan. Been forced away from the Kerry goal. Will settle for the point, which he has done. .12 behind. Shane Ryan. That's Ty Kennelly. No such thing as a lost cause if you're in a Kerry shirt today.
You see the run Declan O'Sullivan made to get back after Shane Ryan. You know, in the final seconds, and he's trying as hard as ever.
Alan Brogan, Paul Griffin. Sean O'Sullivan's challenge. It's just consolation point or goal from here for Dublin. Alan Hubbard involved. Kieran Whelan. Wide from Kieran Whelan. Ace wide, and it just sums up the sort of day that every Dublin player has had. It started to go wrong as early as the 38th second with Gooch's goal.
They're not as bad as that, Dara. You know, they've played some really smashing football, but it just hasn't happened. They've met the Kerry team that are just electric today and so well up for it.
Kerry have done a Tyrone, just what Tyrone did to Dublin in the quarter-final last year. Here's Kennelly again. It is just shooting practice and target practice and getting Ty Kennelly and some of the younger guys used to the surroundings of Croke Park, but these guys are born to play here. Here he is again, Paul O'Connor from Kenmare. Outside the 45-metre line, he's going to drop that one short, but they try and get a fist on it. They did. Wide in the end, and there is the whistle. Just half a minute extra played by Pat McInerney. Dublin have been torn to shreds and hammered by 17 points by a Kerry team that was supposedly on the way down. They'd too many miles on the clock, people said. Their reply has been stunning.
From the first to the last minute, total control, total football, magnificent score taking, great movement, as good as anything we've seen this season. There'll be bigger tests ahead, they'll know that, but for today they've answered all the critics, no question.
Kerry in Croke Park in August, they said some of their players were delighted with the draw, that this was the dream draw for them, and they've made the dream come true, and in some style.
Yeah, it's been all about performance. The talking was done all week, and today was about performance. And my God, everybody, subs, starting 15, they just got it so right, and you have to take your hat off to Jack O'Connor. They've peaked again just when it was required in August.
Jack O'Connor delighted, he's come back now. It'll be a long way back for Dublin. They've been torn apart in the last 8 again. Kerry through to the semi-final, 124 to 1-7. An amazing performance from Kerry. We've got a bit of a game in our hands now. Brian Meath.
At last, Mayo have regained the Connacht's title after a 3-year gap. The thrilling last gasp win over Galway puts them within touching distance of another All-Ireland semi-final. But Meath have made steady progress through the qualifiers and have forwards lively enough to bother the favourites.
No starting place for Conor Mortimer despite his fine display against Galway in the Connacht final when he came on as a sub. Donald Vaughan also came on in that game, but he starts today with Liam O'Malley dropping to the bench. Meath left it as late as possible before confirming this team. The appeal against Stephen Bray's red card was unsuccessful. Michael Burke comes into the team in his place, although we're not sure if he'll actually play in the half-forward line. Owen Harrington, now the captain, with Bray out through suspension, and that is the only change following their round 4 qualifier win over Limerick in Portlaoise 8 days ago. The umbrellas going up around Croke Park. The game underway at Croke Park. Meath coming into this as underdogs. 1951 was the last time that Mayo managed to beat Meath in the championship. Rare meetings between the two counties over the years. Donald Vaughan taking the line ball. Brian Meath had a touch on that. Here's Peter Gardner, scored the winner in the Connacht final. Vaughan again made quite an impression when coming on in Pearse Stadium. Now it's Aidan Kilcoyne for Mayo. They will want and need a positive start, and Kilcoyne has given them just that. After 38 seconds, Mayo draw first blood in the last quarter-final. Here comes Andy Moran. Again, a big gap between the half-back line and the Meath full-back line. Moran has got 5 points in the championship. He goes for number 6 and he's got it. And Mayo in the past have struggled in Croke Park, but they've made the perfect start here. 3 points to no score. That's a huge one, and McGarrity just palmed it down for Pat Hart. Mayo giving Meath no let-up at all. Brilliant take from Aidan O'Shea. He's got help from Aidan Kilcoyne. How did he miss that? Just seemed to be falling back as he hit it. Nigel Crawford has some space on McGarrity for once. Brian Meath towards David Bray. Keith Higgins in tow. Bray just spilled it. Higgins will take the credit for putting him under pressure, but they haven't had a lot of breathing space in there. And is that a 45? It is.
Obviously the umpire waved it right, but the referee gave it 45, and Cian Ward should be able to kick this over the bar.
There's plenty of air on that, and he's put that over. So Meath off the mark in the 17th minute. The wind was helping him, but that cleared by quite a distance. It was very high. Great look at it there. supporters have woken up. Will the team follow suit? A little push on Pat Hart there. Cleveland Keith did enough just to help him out of the way. Seamus Kenny. Pat O'Byrne, who works extremely hard, and the bounce he got the better of Andy Moran. Pat O'Byrne, Brian Meath calling for it. Meath put in behind. There could be a goal chance in here. It's into David Bray, and Bray takes the point. 2 in a minute. It took them 17 to score. Here's Cormac McGuinness of Meath. We've got a bit of a game in our hands now. Brian Meath, Seamus Kenny. Trevor Hurley will just sit there and hold that centre-half back position. He should have been marking Joe Sheridan, though, is drifting. David Bray for Meath, goal chance, buried it. Now we've a game on our hands. They need goals today. They have got one. The brother isn't here, but David Bray representing the family and his county very well.
Yeah, super ball in. Keith Higgins was looking for help there. No one came and helped him, and David Bray just took his time. Stuck it right in the back corner. He was on his own inside, making runs left and right for about 2 minutes before that, and all he was looking for is the ball over the top, and Higgins or Joe Sheridan gave him a super pass in, lost his man in the wet conditions, took his time and hit this ball.
After their blistering start, it's 5 minutes since Mayo last scored. They might get one here though. Aidan Kilcoyne being held up by the experience of Anthony Moyles and using all of the experience that he's gained over 10 years in his career to get possession back and win the free too. Oh dear, all went to his head. Here's Trevor Mortimer, the Mayo captain, putting them ahead again, and that is a good response from Mayo. Meath have really put it up to them in the last 7 or 8 minutes as they've finally started to play. A sticky patch for Mayo, and Trevor Mortimer puts them back in front. Sheridan is in here. Howley came back at him. Howley slips. Joe Sheridan! Point for Meath. But he wanted the goal, and it was just rising as he struck it, leaning back fractionally. Level for the second time.
He drove forward, head down, punted forward, and the ball could have gone in the goal row of the bar, I think, but for sure it was going to go between the posts.
Look at Donald Vaughan going up there with David Heaney. Vaughan is still there. Heaney goes himself. The block from Moyles was super, but Mayo recycled again. Alan Dillon. Dillon has got... Oh! No, O'Rourke didn't take that over the line according to the umpires. They had a look. We're going to have another look, but no goal has been given.
There we go, Darren. 6'6" is a great advantage. He catches the ball above. It's hard to say there. Hard to say. You'd want a goal. You'd want a camera on the line to actually definitively say which way.
This working out to be a very tricky assignment for Mayo. Brian Farrell, he's got the distance on that occasion, and Meath go in front. They lead for the first time, 1-5-7. Alan Dillon. This looks promising for Mayo. It is. It's into Mortimer. Well, they'll take the point, but you can bet your bottom dollar the minute he turned, he was thinking goal.
Yes, and I can't believe they had him as a sub from the start, because he is a very dangerous forward. Totally optimistic goal side of his man, hoping his man wouldn't get the ball.
Meath half back line come up with the ball again. David Bray, he was unfortunate. Ronan McGarity. That's it off to Patter Gardner. Gardner ran into Crawford, but it's worked out okay for Mayo, and Keith Higgins again launching the attack. Higgins going for the point himself, the dual star. They say he's not quite back to his best. Do you know what? He looks pretty good to us. Mark Ronaldson. Conor Mortimer. Owen Harrington, the Meath captain, just in front of him. Trevor Mortimer offers some movement. Conor still going, hits the deck. Trevor Mortimer. O'Rourke in there, goal! Aidan O'Shea. Paddy O'Rourke, the 6'6" goalkeeper, was slow to come out and he's been hurt, but the goal stands, and it's for Aidan O'Shea. What was 1 is now 4.
Yes, you can see Conor Mortimer drew 3 players onto him. A diagonal ball into the full forward end when you're 6'5", very hard to stop. Finished it really well, never tried to catch it, took it first time.
The line ball from Sheridan taken quickly. David Bray looking for another goal. Penalty has been given. His shot off his weaker right foot came off the woodwork, but the penalty has been given, and Keane Ward is going to stand up for this. What exactly is going to happen to Liam O'Malley, who gave away the penalty?
Yeah, but this sideline kick should have gone for Mayo, not for me down here in front of us. The ball went over the line. We got a yellow card, but
it's yellow for O'Malley.
It should have been a Meath sideline kick. Or excuse me, a Mayo sideline kick.
Yeah, but it went for Meath. This was the build-up to it. He had to take it on his right foot. Drop kicked it as well.
Very soft penalty, Darren. Very soft penalty.
What a moment this is in the All-Ireland quarter-final. Kenneth O'Malley crouches on the line. Keane Ward. Brilliant, absolutely superb from Keane Ward. You got no indication at all from his run-up as to what side he was going to put it. O'Malley a couple of yards out off his line by the time contact was made with the ball, but Meath are back in business again.
Technically perfect, everything he did. Struck the ball really well.
Meath pumping that in there, looking and finding Joe Sheridan. Eighth times the sides have been level. O'Malley can't clear. Here's Keane Ward. He's got help from Jamie Queenie. Queenie steadies down and he's nailed that. And Meath go in front. They will just not go away, and they never know when they're beaten. That old steel and the hunger that was a feature of so many teams in the past is back big time. Owen Harrington. Here's Cormac McGuinness. They came in today without their ace and scorer-in-chief, Stephen Bray. Nigel Crawford for Meath. Steadies down. You have David Bray in there free. And they're starting to pull away, or are they? They've got a 2-point lead and we've less than 5 minutes to go. And this is going to put Mayo to the pin of their collar. They could finish them off now. Brian Farrell for Meath. Farrell! What a save from O'Malley. It's a point in the end, but it looked, all ends up as if it was going to be 3 for Brian Farrell. It's a 3-point lead now for Meath.
Fantastic save. Ball goes over the bar, but yet again Joe Sheridan gets the ball, drop kicks the ball about 70 metres right into the full forward line to set up the score.
Just 2 minutes of normal time remaining. Meath attacking again. They are full of confidence at this stage, and this man has been confident all the way through. David Bray skipping away from Higgins, and Bray going with the fist to put them 4 up. He's got the point. They're 2 scores ahead with less than 2 minutes remaining. That's not a clever ball. Jamie Queenie, he's got to score from here, Queenie, and I think he's done it. Yes, he has. That is a brilliant score from a guy you won't have heard that much about on the Meath junior team at the start of the year. Came in, scored a goal during the qualifiers, and he's now got 2 great points, and it's Meath by 5.
A fantastic score again. That is just an incredible kick of the ball. But again, it's bad decision making by Mayo.
About 40 seconds remaining, 45 seconds. Mayo need 2 scores, a goal and a point. Here's Trevor Howley. Pat Hart. Howley again. Didn't quite know what to do there. Mark Ronaldson. A gold wall set up right in front of the Meath post, but Mortimer has put that over. They need possession. How much time will they be allowed to play on? A goal between them.
The 1 score. 72-53.
Well, 3 minutes was what we were told Joe McQuillan would play. And is he running towards Paddy O'Rourke to take the ball? It's all over. and Meath are into the All-Ireland semi-final for the first time in 2 years. It looked highly unlikely after their defeat against Dublin when Dublin kicked all those wides. That was back on the 7th of June. But Meath have come to Croke Park, and like Kerry last week, they have ambushed Mayo, who were heavy favourites coming in here. Meath have beaten Mayo by 215 to 115.
This is the match everyone's been waiting for. All-Ireland champions Tyrone against the team fancied by many to succeed them. The counties haven't met in recent times, so there's no psychological baggage to unpack, just football to be played. Cork's physique and pace versus the champions' clinical ability to stop opponents' play and pick off scores.
Munster champions Cork are pleased to have former All-Star Anthony Lynch back in their ranks this afternoon. His injury has cleared up sufficiently and he returns at left corner back to the exclusion of Kieran O'Connor. Elsewhere, under-21 captain Colm O'Neill remains at full forward after his late call-up against Donegal on a day when Graham Canty plays his 40th championship match. Well, Tyrone are forced into making one late change, and it's of huge significance. Sean Cavan has been feeling unwell and won't start the match, so Tommy McGuigan comes in on the 40. The other change made during the week was the recall of fit again Enda McGinley. He plays in midfield as partner for Kevin Hughes. So the scene is set. It's a match which has certainly grabbed the attention of many, many people all around the country, indeed watching all around the world. Let's hope it provides the entertainment. John Bannon from Longford is in charge. His linesmen, Derek Fahey from Longford and Sil Doyle from Wexford. And interesting that Graham Canty has gone on to McMahon straight away. As the ball is thrown in, match underway, and straight away it's Cork who get it there with Nicholas Murphy. Handled there on the ground by Conor Gormley, and it's got to be a free in, a technical error by the Tyrone full back, and it gives Cork an opportunity to get the first point of the match. Well, the breeze here, Martin, is swirling around quite a lot.
Yeah, and I think that was a bad call, actually. I think he got his foot under the ball quite clearly.
Donnacha O'Connor. Straightforward opportunity for him to put it over the bar, and he's missed it.
Well, I think there's a certain justice in that, because
there
shouldn't have been a free in that time.
Mickey Hart there with Tony Donnelly alongside him. And in space here is Ryan McMenamin, the left corner back who loves to attack. Point already in this year's championship, and he's got the opening point of the day here. Here's Alan O'Connor. 65 metres out from his own goal. Again, an opportunity to set up an attack here with Donnacha O'Connor. Trying to break the challenge there of Conor Gormley. Comes to Paul Carrigan. Coming in on the wing where he scored that goal against Donegal in the quarter-final. Fisting this one and putting it over the bar. Short kick out this time. Graham Canty hoping to exert a big, big influence on this semi-final. Paul Carrigan, who got Cork's opening point. Down as far as Donnacha O'Connor. His marker is Conor Gormley, back in towards Canty. My goodness, he's made up some ground. Great ball inside here towards O'Neill, and O'Neill blocked and put in the back of the net by Daniel Goulding. 7 minutes are gone. Cork fans can celebrate. A lot of hard work done before it was eventually put in the net by Goulding. Watchers was fisted in. Picked up here from Graham Canty by Colm O'Neill. The initial attempt was blocked down there by PJ Quinn, but it's stuck in the net by Goulding, and he really is in great goal form. That's his 6th ever championship goal, and it's his 2nd of the season. Cork come again here. Paddy Kelly now onto the right, and he's put it over the bar. Well, this is a very, very good young player, Paddy Kelly. Mickey Hart and Tony Donnelly with a few headaches early on. Well, this particular kick out didn't reach a Tyrone player. And it's going to be a line ball once again. Paddy Kelly's going to take it. I notice that when Tyrone have their own kick out, they bring Dooher and they bring Penrose, the two wingmen essentially, into a very deep position. Hasn't really worked out for them so far, however. Colm O'Neill feeding it, holding, cracking a good one this time. It's a lovely score. That time it's Conor Gormley getting out to the ball. He's one of the leaders of this team, and having given Cork a head start, you would expect Tyrone now to roll up the sleeves, but they are missing the great leadership that Sean Kavanagh normally is able to give them.
Yeah, and they're untypically disjointed again, something I haven't seen from a Tyrone team in a while. Again, they're looking around and the confidence isn't there.
There's a steal from Gormley by O'Neill, and he's put it over the bar. Let's just look at this again here. It was in fact Goulding who got it. Daniel Goulding onto the left, and he's now got a goal and a point, but it should have been cleared by Conor Gormley. That time Nicholas Murphy was fouled. It's certainly going very much against the reigning All-Ireland champions at this stage of the match, and we're a quarter of the way in. That's across towards Goulding's corner again, battling there with Justin McMahon, supported here by Paddy Kelly. Son making a welcome appearance at Croke Park. O'Leary. Back once again it comes towards Graham Canty. Now picked up by Ray Carey. Again Goulding's involved. Comes across once more to Colm O'Neill. Trying a very ambitious shot from 45 metres out, and it's worthwhile because he's got his second point of the match. Terrific football. Here comes McGinley, and that's a rather crude challenge. And the referee will go across and have words there with Alan O'Connor. Could be a card for that.
Oh, definitely a card for that. That's clumsy, it's crude, and it's again unnecessary. But again, the physical element of it is there in abundance with Cork today. That showed it. And again, at this stage of the game, Tyrone need a score badly.
1-8 to 3 points. Owen Mulligan to kick. And Owen Mulligan has put it over the bar. Suited a player kicking with the right boot from that particular side of the field, and it's a score that Tyrone has badly needed. Dooher now, he's inspired Tyrone so often in the past. Didn't get an advantage that time. Kicks it forward as far as Stephen O'Neill. Trying to steal a march there on Anthony Lynch. Cracking it with the left, hitting it well and hitting it over the bar. McMahon taking it out here as far as his captain, Brian Dooher. Inside to the unmarked Kevin Hughes. The running here of Owen Mulligan, transferred beautifully back towards Dooher. Dooher in a tight position here, trying to get it back. Again trying to make his way through past John Miskela. This time Miskela says, "What are you talking about, ref?" But the referee gave Tyrone the free, and you can be sure that Brian Dooher drew that one. Made his way in, trying to burrow his way forward, and the referee decided it was a foul by the Cork man. And something said by Alan O'Connor. He's already got a yellow, he's now got another one, and he's been sent off. And Cork are down to 14 players with only 29 minutes gone.
That's amazing. I don't know what that's about at all. He
must have said something.
Yeah, had to say something to the referee, but that's very, very harsh as far as I can see. Extremely harsh.
Stephen O'Neill puts it over the bar from the free. So it's now 15 against 14, and that's going to be one of the talking points. Alan O'Connor, was it a free in the first place?
Well, I didn't see it. Maybe he's booking him for that there, but again, I didn't think.
Could that be the challenge?
It could have been the challenge, but he didn't even really make much contact with him there.
Let's just see it again here. Second half gets underway, and it's Nicholas Murphy then who has this first free kick of the second half as far as Pierce O'Neill. Chance then to extend Cork's lead. Off the post it comes down. Down as far as Colm O'Neill. Nicely in, ran away completely there from the in-rushing Paul Kerrigan. Out to Ryan McMenamin, the extra player. Here's Joe McMahon. Just composing himself. Back in as far as Justin McMahon, younger brother. So how will Tyrone now use the extra player Will it work to their advantage? Brian McGuigan, such an intelligent, crafty player to play usually around the middle of the park onto the 40. He's playing a very deep role for starters. Here's Philip Jordan. Kevin Hughes still wearing that number 35. Pushed around the place, free kick awarded. He's down. There's another player down as well, I can tell you. Ryan McMenamin getting treatment. Philip Jordan carrying the ball forward, looking for Tyrone's first score of the second half. Davy Hart usually gets a point or two, not with this particular effort. Challenge coming in from Jordan, it's ineffective. Penrose there as well, trying to force him out over the line. Back towards Paddy Kelly. Played inside here cleverly, but lost by Ray Carey. One back by Tyrone, one back by Brian McGuigan. Can he provide the leadership on the drive? Joe McMahon, bad pass intended for Kevin Hughes. Cleared out, however, eventually by Graham Canty. Out here as far as John Miskela. Miskela loves to swarm forward. Out to Kerrigan. Again, trying to go by Philip Jordan. Beat Davy Hart in the first half. That's a great ball over, just in over the head of Colm O'Neill. Back once again towards the corner forward, and it's put over the bar. Again, Cork in full flow, and Donegal O'Connor hitting his 4th point of this match. Forward here as far as Paul Kerrigan. Hit into the corner. Oh, it catches pace, and there was nothing Daniel Goulding could do about it. Goulding, the Éire Óg man. Well, they can afford to take short kick-outs now, Tyrone, because they have the numerical advantage, but they make a total hash of it and present it to Cork and to Colm O'Neill, who has a chance to put it over the bar. Beautifully done. That's another for the Ballyclaw player. 3 points in this match, now down injured.
Yeah, that's a bad mistake that time by PJ Quinn. Again, he tries to rectify it, you know, gets back quickly, but again, Colm O'Neill's poise has been wonderful today. Great score.
They need an end product and they need scores. Brian Dooher, he's lifted them so often in so many matches in the past. That time, Nicholas Murphy challenged. The referee says play on. Tyrone fans felt there was a push. The referee saw it, saw none. This time there is a free, however, for a foul on John Miskela. Well, I'm not sure is he going to go WWW wrestling, but Stephen O'Neill needs another shirt. Hulk Hogan, isn't it?
I don't watch that.
Well, there's a Tyrone player down on the ground right now who's happened just behind John Bannon. Not sure if one of his referees saw what happened. I didn't, but there is a player certainly down requiring attention. And the referee now blowing his whistle. Stephen, that's Pierce O'Neill there, very, very annoyed with whatever happened. Oh, John Miskela.
Yeah, John Miskela definitely threw a thump that time. I think it was on
Brian McGuigan.
Yeah, and if the referee or linesman saw that, definitely is a sending off.
Could be in real trouble.
Yeah. It could be down to 13 men because the umpire is looking to make communication with John Bannon.
Brian Dooher has been replaced by Aidan Cassidy, but let's just see what happens when the referee, that's Aidan Cassidy, number 18, coming in. John Bannon into the middle of the field, and he's going to call across John Miskela. Now, what did the umpire tell referee John Bannon? What did he see? It's a yellow card, and you'd expect Sean Cavan and the rest now to apply the pressure for the remaining minutes. Here's Penrose from the pass from Kevin Hughes, and he belts it over the bar. Point for Martin Penrose. They probably need a goal. That was their first score in some 14 minutes now. Beautifully struck by Penrose. One back by Ryan McMenamin once again. Onto it straight away comes the substitute, Fintan Gould. And that's beautifully dispatched between the posts and over the bar. Great point by Fintan Gould. 3 minutes of added time to be played. So we're into injury time now as Sean Kavanagh tries to drive through. Tyrone looking for a goal just to give themselves some little bit of hope. that time it's going to be
Davy
Hart who fouled it. It's going to be...
I think he took the
Well, he put it over the bar, didn't he?
Yeah, it's Davy Hart point.
Well, he's got his point, but it's too little at this stage anyway. 1-13 to 11 points, 16 points to 11. Well, the cheering now is by the Cork fans all around Croke Park in a crowd of just over 53,000. And another change is being made, as you can see. And Owen Cadigan, who played in this year's Hurling Championship, comes on in place of John Miskela. And that's Cork's 5th sub. It's a luxury they can now afford, because they realise they have one foot already very definitely in the All-Ireland final. Sean Kavanagh now. Kavanagh still trying to cut through. Still Kavanagh! Oh! Not sure if he hit the post when that one went out. I think he did.
He did, yeah. Fabulous run by Kavanagh that time. I expected him to cut inside, but he just kept going straight. Again, just let fly from here and just hit the outside of the post.
The Cork have the ball. The referee says play away. It reaches Paddy Kelly. Huge one into space. They wait for the whistle of John Bannon, the referee. There it is. Conor Coonahan's team, Cork, knock out the All-Ireland champions from 2008 Tyrone. And Cork are in the Munster final, are in the All-Ireland final. The Munster champions have done it. Well, they weren't the favourites, that's for sure. But Conor Coonahan goes to his backroom team. The fans salute what was a wonderful effort by Graham Canty and his men. And the reigning champions from last year are out of the hunt for the Sam Maguire Cup, beaten 2 years ago by Kerry in the final. Who will it be in this year's final against Cork? That's something that the Rebels won't worry about at this stage. Well, Mickey Hart will be bitterly disappointed. His plan was to win 2 in a row. That's been blown out of the water. Full-time score, it's Cork 1-13, Tyrone 11.
On the face of it, Cork are justifiably favourites. Immensely impressive all year, they have already comfortably beaten their neighbours in the Provincial Championship. Yet experience teaches them that Munster exploits count for nothing at All-Ireland level, especially in the final. Kerry have sidled through with just the destruction of Dublin ranking as a display worthy enough. But no county is more at home playing football in Croke Park in September. The scene is set for a real battle between hardened campaigners and fast developing challengers.
The Kingdom showing one change from the team which started against Meath in the semi-final. Tommy Walsh is preferred to his namesake Donncha Walsh. He starts at full forward with Declan O'Sullivan moving on to the 40. It's an 8th All-Ireland final for cornerback Tom O'Sullivan and the O'Shea brothers from Or the Voher. Remember, Darragh was missing for the 04 final because of injury. Cork were anxious to name the same 15 again, but there's been a concern about Ray Carey at number 2. He's out, replaced by Kieran O'Connor. Anthony Lynch and Nicholas Murphy are playing in a 3rd All-Ireland final, and they're still looking for that elusive winner's medal. 9 players in all remain from the team beaten by Kerry in the 07 final. A 10th, Daniel Goulding, came on in that match and finished with a goal and a point. Kerry against Cork, the 120th ever All-Ireland football final. Refereed today by Marty Duffy from Sligo. And the opening 15 minutes are expected to be highly paced and somewhat frenetic. The Kerry fans are ready. And the All-Ireland football final gets underway, and it's Cork who play from left to right, and straight away Nicholas Murphy hit there as that ball was coming towards him from the throw-in. Just watch it again here. Kennelly coming in here, did catch him. Oh, ball was high. There towards Paul Kerrigan, and Kerrigan is held. It's going to be a free in for Cork. So it's Donncha O'Connor then, deep intake of breath. 10th time playing Kerry in the championship, looking to open the scoring here. Catches it well. That's a confidently struck shot, and it's over the bar. Just a mention of the breeze, by the way. It is a very, very still afternoon in Croke Park, but up near the other end, near Hill 16, there's always a somewhat contrary breeze. Kerry attack that goal right now, and here comes Kennelly, looking to try and tie up the scores. Gets away from the would-be challenge, hits it in very confidently and puts it over the bar. Great score for Ty Kennelly. O'Leary gets it out as far as Kieran O'Connor. Plenty of O'Connor's playing for Cork. Here comes Canty, seen now as an attacking force. Beautiful ball, measured perfectly for Colm O'Neill. Release quickly to Paddy Kelly. Can he finish? Hoping it'll draw insufficiently. It's moving, it's travelling, and it's gone between the post and over the bar. Excellent point by Cork and by Paddy Kelly. Kerry now trying to win this kick out and set up an attack of their own. It breaks, and once again it's Graham Canty. And this time Kennelly is allowing him to get away loose and needs to do a bit of defending. Donnacha O'Connor running into Galway. Referee blows the whistle. Shake of the head by Paul Galvin. Let's have a look at it again here. Yeah. Oh, not much doubt about that.
Well, that's clumsy and that's aggressive. And again, the referee is, he's not issuing yellow cards.
Oh, O'Neill's after it. Oh, what a goal by Colm O'Neill! 10 minutes are gone. It's the opening goal of the game, and Colm O'Neill gets his first ever championship goal, and what a time to do it in the All-Ireland final against the great old rivals from Kerry, getting onto that loose ball, already causing problems for his marker Tommy Griffin, who lost him, and O'Neill with a most brilliant finish from an acute angle, and Diarmuid Murphy was beaten, and well beaten at the near post. Out once again to Dara O'Shea now. Cleverly fed to Declan O'Sullivan, who returns it beautifully to Tomas O'Shea. Lobbed in towards Kennelly, fed back here to Tommy Welch. Being shown the target, and he finds the target perfectly. Good score by Tommy Welch, his first point of the match. Lovely little interplay there between Ty Kennelly and Tommy Welch. The way Kerry have been using their possession is very interesting so far, Martin. They've had 4 attacks, they've had 4 scores. 4 shots at the target. Let's see what this 5th one can produce. It produces another one for Tommy Welch, and Tommy Welch gets 2 in a row. Great play, and it's 1-4 to 5 points. Back towards Noel O'Leary, looking around, seeing Canty ready to try and push through the centre. Kennelly goes into challenge. It breaks there for Alan O'Connor. He's fouled, or he picks the ball off the ground, the referee has decided. What's the call?
Yeah, good call.
Paul Galvin ready to hit the free kick as we watch it once again here. Yeah, he did pick it up. The referee got it spot on. Here comes Declan O'Sullivan. Again, it's Declan O'Sullivan, and he really is hugely impressive. What a talent, and what a shot. Teams are level. It's been coming. Level for the second time in the match. Well, here we are at the 30th minute, and since Cork's goal after 10 minutes, they've had just 1 score. Here comes Paul Galvin. All Kerry. Here's Kennelly from that pass by Galvin. Onto his right. Cracking it brilliantly and putting it over. A second for Ty Kennelly, the man who came back from the Sydney Swans because he wanted to do what his brother has done and what his father has done before him, and that's come and play in an All-Ireland final, and more particularly pick up an All-Ireland medal. Will it be his day? O'Connor contests. Goulding in there as well. Seen very little of Daniel Goulding. Here he is now. Needs to get onto the left-hand side to crack over a score, and that will do his confidence a real power of good. Daniel Goulding, who's got 2 goals and 17 points now in this year's championship. Chuck it inside Tom O'Sullivan, made an angle for himself and put it over the bar. So far so good for Jack O'Connor's team. There's the scoring chances, 12 created by Kerry, 8 created by Conor Coonahan's team. Alan O'Connor trying to win it in midfield, but it's mostly Kerry. They've taken a firm command here, and from that midfield grip, which was expected to be Cork's strong point, they've taken over and they have scorers coming right, left and centre. The latest one, Tomás O'Shea. One here by Darren O'Sullivan, ready to take on Anthony Lynch. Darting run this way and that. This player has great pace. Great penetrating run. Oh, an impossible angle, and he's kicked it over the bar. What about that for a score and a first in the match by the Kerry captain, Darren O'Sullivan, applauded by the fans who've come up from the southwest. Donegal O'Connor. Mark O'Shea is out to try and deny him space. Still manages to get it in. Into Daniel Goulding. This man can be a winner. Goulding's doing well. Still Goulding. Blocked down well by Diarmuid Murphy, and there's a Kerry player there, Mike McCarthy, to pick up the pieces and get it to Darragh O'Shea. And coolly and calmly, Darragh O'Shea gets it out before he's fouled there by Donegal O'Connor. And Kerry breathe a sigh of relief. Not for the first time in this year's championship. Diarmuid Murphy has come to Kerry's rescue. In fairness, it was blasted straight at him. Killian Young back here for Darragh O'Shea. Onto it quickly here is Mark O'Shea trying to get his way through a whole group of Cork players. He's fallen on the ball, held onto it too long. Free to Cork, Donegal O'Connor taking. Huge one down towards Daniel Goulding, getting inside O'Sullivan, and then forcing it over the bar eventually. There was a goal chance there for him. It means there's two between them. Here comes Colm O'Neill, going the point in the opening 10 minutes. Recycling this one, holding it. Teasing Tommy Griffin, his marker. Pass overhit to O'Neill, but he does well to get it to O'Connor. Linking up with Canty. Now that Ty Kennelly has gone off, you would imagine that Graham Canty will be more and more seen as an attacking force, driving the side forward, showing the leadership. He's drawn the foul here. Donegal Walsh hauling him down, some 30 metres out.
Indeed, there's only one team in at the moment. Cork have raised their game to a great degree at the moment. They're winning all the individual battles throughout the field. I think that's the big thing.
Goulding hits it, and Goulding, very confident now, kicks it over the bar for his fourth point. 2 in the first half, 2 in the second. It's a 1-point game. 15 minutes to go, and Aidan O'Mahony is being prepared. Or is he? Back he goes to the stand again. I think it's Kieran Donaghy who's been prepared. We might see the star in very, very shortly. And you know when he comes on, it means that Kerry sense that there's real danger to their chances of taking the title. Only once ever have Kerry lost finals back-to-back. That was in the 60s to Galway, 64-65. Here's Miskela. Cork look to try and draw level. Great ball, brilliant ball, all the way down to Donegal O'Connor, who made a very good run. Excellent block by Mark O'Shea. Some great football in this final. Out to Darragh O'Shea. Quick look up to see who's making the movement for him. From the full back line comes Declan O'Sullivan, the number 11, who started up around full forward, now back helping out. Everybody required to win this battle. Tom O'Sullivan bursting forward. Again, laying it off sensibly to a player running laterally with him. Seamus Scanlon up here as far as Colm Cooper. The Gooch getting it in there, inside dangerously, in as far as Darren O'Sullivan. On to Cooper again. This spells danger into Donegal Walsh. Back once more, he comes to Tommy Walsh, high up into the sky. Does it travel sufficiently? It does! It's a fine point for Kerry. They may have been under pressure for a long, long time, but they gave Cork a timely reminder once more that they're a dangerous side in attack, and that's a terrific finish. Meanwhile, Kirk comes in, and Darren O'Sullivan goes off. So the star has been held for a little while long. Is he in? He is in, and Darragh O'Shea's gone off. So a couple of very, very significant changes now, because 2 enormously tall players have come on for Kerry. Will that be the match-winning move with 15 minutes or thereabouts to go? Galvin, the taker of the free, to Tomás O'Shea. Inside towards Donaghy. Back once again to Tommy Walsh. Back once more it goes, this time to Walsh once again. One Walsh to another, and that's a lovely cracking shot over the bar. by Tommy Walsh, putting over his fourth, having taken the pass from Donegal Walsh. He's had 5 shots at the target in the afternoon so far, and the number 14 from Kerrins O'Reilly puts it straight between the posts to put 3 between them once again. All the way down towards Goulding. We'll need a second attempt to try and get that, but Tom O'Sullivan seizes on it quickly before he's fouled by Daniel Goulding, free to Kerry. This was the 45th free kick of the final, I'm told by our statsman Tim McCarthy, as we watch this ball carried forward here by Colm Cooper. Kerry now looking the calm team. It's Tomás O'Shea hits it, and Tomás O'Shea fires it over the bar. Kerry look to be firmly in command of the final. Canty kicking it, huge one in. Opportunity here for Donnacha O'Connor to... that just about sums up his and Cork's afternoon from right in front of the goal. Conor Coonahan realises just wasn't his day.
It's quite amazing, Ger, actually. Again, today they explored the depths of the spirits. Looks as if they've claimed their 36 All-Ireland, but that wild desire, that sense of entitlement that they feel, it's theirs when they come up here to Croke Park. And where Tyrone today, their mindset would have been different against Cork. They simply believe.
Very few seconds left now. The referee blows his whistle. Kerry win the All-Ireland. Kerry are the All-Ireland champions. It's their 5th All-Ireland success this decade. Jack O'Connor came back, wanted to win it one more time, probably had Tyrone in his sights. It was Cork instead. They didn't beat them in the Munster Championship, but they've beaten them here in the big one, in the All-Ireland final itself. The final score here is Kerry's 16 points, Cork 1 goal and 9.
To a Waterford captain in Darren O'Sullivan.
The most famous trophy in Irish sport is handed over to Darren O'Sullivan. Sam Maguire goes back to Kerry. They are the winners for the 36th time. A wonderful final victory.
I can't put into words how much this means to me, to stand here in front of such a fantastic group of players and an unbelievable management team, and just to look out at all these Kerry supporters. To the man who put the management team together, and it was his belief that brought us through all the tough games this year. He never once questioned us. He always believed that we'd come here, we'd stick together. That man's Jack O'Connor. We were there last year, we know exactly how hard it is. But you've had a fantastic year. I think we just got the rub of the green today, but you can hold your heads up. You've been absolutely brilliant, and I'm sure your time will come in the future. Ta Sam Ikchak Duwalia.
So Kerry finally proved their critics and most media pundits wrong. They will never give up Sam without a fight, and with 7 players named in the 2009 Vodafone All-Stars once again, the kingdom reigns supreme. Who will step up to the mark in 2010? Can Cork come good again, or will it be Tyrone, Meath, Dublin, or a dark horse like Donegal, Mayo or Kildare that will get it right for the biggest day in the All-Ireland Football Championship? Time will tell, but for now, Sam is once more wintering in Kerry, marking title number 36.